Miss Turner. This is Theodore Kramer. I was about to start my chemical and physical changes lab. I've got all my safety equipment on. I'm about to start boiling the water. And I will cut back to the video once that's boiling. Alright, we have the 250 milliliters of deionized water boiling. I'm going to take the temperature with a food thermometer. Looks to be 214. Holding pretty steady there. I'll record that. Okay, we're on to step 6, which is to measure out 25 milliliters of water, which I've done, and add a package of Kool-Aid. So, adding the Kool-Aid now. And we're going to record what we see. Cherry flavors turning it kind of purple. Creating a nice solution, evenly dispersed, it's looking like. Alright, we've got our raw beef in the skillet. We're going to observe its properties as of right now. Give it a sniff. Doesn't really smell like much of anything. Give it a poke. Pretty tender and soft. Right now it's a reddish, pinkish, little bits of white fat. Alright, we've got our tiny burger cooked. It definitely has an odor now as opposed to before. It didn't really smell like much. It smells like cooked beef now. Delicious. Color change, more of a brown, darker brown in some spots. As far as feel, definitely firmer to the touch. Now I'll record my observations and determine whether it was a physical or chemical change. I'm going to say chemical change as it's a process that can't be undone. Gave off different products in the form of different vapor, cooking vapors and whatnot, color change, odor change, I would say chemical. Okay, we have our 10 milliliters of vinegar measured out in our beaker and a spoon of baking soda beside it. If that doesn't cover the bottom, I'll pour some more in. Maybe a skosh more. I'm not sure if it's covering the bottom. Bubbling makes it a little difficult to see if it's covering the bottom of it. Maybe a little more. We'll see if it keeps reacting with a little more. This might be hard to pour one-handed. There we go. Well, not reacting nearly as much, but still reacting a little bit. Maybe give it a little swish so it covers the bottom more evenly. Nice. Not sure if we're doing observations both on the video and on the paper that we're recording on as well, so I'm just doing both just to be safe. The solution of baking soda and vinegar, well, it wasn't evenly dispersed, so I suppose it's not a solution. It's still clumped in the bottom, but the mixture rather bubbled and fizzed for maybe 20-30 seconds. emitted a fizzing noise as well as obvious fizzing in the beaker, bubbling, and then eventually settled and the reaction was done. For the next part of the experiment, we have our beaker washed out from the vinegar and baking soda, and we've added 20 milliliters of the Drano. I'm going to record my observations now. Pretty much clear liquid, kind of soapy viscosity looking, maybe a little tint of yellow to it. Alright, we've got the beaker of Drano, and now we're going to add a pinch of Epsom salts, cover until we cover the bottom of the beaker. Oh, well, it's not really going to the bottom, it's just sitting on the top. Let's see, oh, it appears like the Epsom salts are floating to the bottom now. Huh. Oh, they're making cool patterns as they descend. Kind of looks like they're transitioning into a liquid, maybe? Or into a, oh no. It's kind of just becoming like glue almost. Sticky strands from the top to the bottom, slowly descending. That's cool looking. Just gently turning the beaker to get a few different angles of it. Now I'm gonna record my observations on my paper. Okay, I'm outside with the sparkler. I'm going to light it in a moment here. Pretty basic, just gray, little birthday sparkler. In fact, it might be easier if I set my phone on the ground to record. At least to start it. Wow. Spraying pretty quick. Oop. Alright, and lighting it, it is giving off some smoke and some sparks, and changed from a gray to a charred black. Changed the shape as well. I bet if I weighed it, it'd probably be a little lighter too. Not a process that's easily reverted, so it was likely a chemical change. I'm going to go record my observation in my notes now. Alright, for the final part of the experiment, I have a bag of powdered laundry detergent, and I've already got some in the palm of my hand. Let me set this down. As you can see, I've got some in my hand now. I'm going to run some water from the sink over it and observe the change. Water maybe. I can definitely feel my hand becoming a little sudsy and soapy. Maybe I felt almost like a little pop rock reaction at first. Oh, there it went down my sleeve. Not much of a reaction, really. I don't know. I'll record my observations in my data sheet. Oh, it's turning my hand a little red. Stinging a little. I'm going to wash this off now.